ISEE – Simulation Software for Disaster Management Training and Assessment. The ISEE simulator is targeted at silver and gold command levels of emergency services. The objective is to distribute the scarce amount of resources as effectively as possible. ISEE shows your own region with the correct amount of hospitals, base stations and resources. An incident is visualized and multiple victims are imported. From 1 to up to 20 trainees take part in an ISEE training. Each are given the view on the incident as they would have in reality. An ISEE training starts with an emergency call to the control center. Police, paramedics and fire services are alerted. Police arrives first at the incident and asks for additional resources. The control center coordinates the dispatch of other emergency services. Realistic transport times are used in ISEE. Resources must be linked with victims to examine them and execute treatments. Vital signs are examined and triage labels are set. Dependent on the injury severity, a victim is stabilized on scene or transported directly to a hospital. A victim enters the hospital via the emergency department. The hospital's resources are matched in ISEE with a real-life situation. Medical personnel must effectively be combined with patients. Depending on the competences of the personnel, they can execute simple or complex treatments. This is a key asset of ISEE. ISEE supports dynamic victim status changes. Severely injured victims must receive the correct treatments in time, or they will deteriorate or even die. Patients can be transported to other hospital departments, like the OR, for further treatment. Layers are available in ISEE to simulate, for instance, a flood. Multiple incidents can be added to increase the difficulty of the training. ISEE logs actions taken during the training. With these logs, the percentage of under-triaged and over-triaged victims can be calculated. Transports are also logged, from which the transport performance is determined. ISEE is linked to VictimBase, the European academic database of highly dynamic victim descriptions. Victims can be created from real case and medically validated victim descriptions. ISEE – Disaster management software to train and assess the key actors in your own region with realistic time and resource factors. ISEE is a product of e-semble.